We are live, so whenever you want to get
Okay, good
started.
afternoon, trustees. It's February the 24th at approximately 4:34 p.m. And the Board of Trustees meeting is now in session for the Public School Retirement System of the City of St. Louis. We'll start off with the roll call.
Christina Bennett,
Present.
Lois Cross,
Present.
Emily Hubbard,
Here.
Shanice Johnson,
Present.
Yvette Levy,
Did I say present?
Jennifer Orr,
Present.
Bobby Richardson,
Present.
Albert Sanders,
Present.
Doris Walker.
Present.
So we do have 8, so we do have a quorum.
Okay, 8. Okay, we'll start off with the approval of minutes of the last meeting, tab 1, Board of Trustees regular meeting on December the 16th, 2024. If you have read those minutes, we are ready for a vote. All in favor, by the sign of aye.
We have to have
Aye.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, we need a motion for those minutes to be accepted. Bobby?
Yes, I would like to make a motion for the approval of the minutes of the last meeting. The Board of Trustee regular meeting, December the 16th, 2024.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been properly seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Abstain? Okay, next we have seating of new members. And we'd like everyone to welcome Miss Jennifer Orr to our board. She's a instructor at the famous Laclede Elementary School on Goodfellow Avenue. And we just want to welcome you, Ms. Orr, and we're going to put you right to work.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome, and welcome to the board.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay.
Can
Yeah.
you go on camera so we can see our new
She's
board?
having, she's
I'm
having
trying.
trouble. She's having trouble with the camera.
Oh, okay.
And I don't have it checked. It's not marked out, but my face is still not showing up. So I don't know.
I don't know, sometimes you never know. You'll never find out, but then all of a sudden it'll pop up. Reading of communications of the Board of Trustees, Sue.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Presentations by interested parties. We have any of that, Sue?
I do not.
Okay, consent agenda approval of retirements and benefits, January and February of 2025. Is there a motion to accept those?
Yes, I would like to make a motion for the approval of retirement and benefits, January and February 2025.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, then we need the approval of refunds and bills, December 24 and January 2025. Is there a motion to accept?
Yes, I would like to make a motion for the approval of refunds and bills, December 2024 and January 2025.
There a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been probably moved and seconded. All in favor by the sign of aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, it passes. Okay, consent agenda, I'm sorry, unfinished business? Any unfinished business,
I
Sue?
don't have anything.
Okay, report of the chair. We have had a very, very successful year. Prior, things are going in the right direction. As you well know, we're hopeful that we can get the bill passed so that we can recoup or in some way get back where we were before COVID and also before the reduction in the amount of money that goes into our pensions as of 2018. Yes, which is approximately, we lose about $5 million a year. Is that right, Sue?
And about $30 million.
Yeah, about $30 million that we've lost because of the adjustment and the bill that adjusted the amount that the school system pays. And we're hoping that we can get a bill to hopefully get even and get ahead, hopefully. So one of the things that we're looking at this year is the board voted to and approve securing a new system so that a lot of the things that we're doing now will be basically done by a software system, and we will go into the 21st century with all of our accounts and everything being accessible by our members on a computer, which is a fantastic news. It's going to take 3 years to do it, but that time will go by hopefully very fast. And I guess most of you have heard about the fact that some of the 1099s were late getting to our members. And that was an error with the United States postal system. And it took, they were mailed on the 28th of January. And I know I just got mine 2 weeks, this week. So that's approximately 2 weeks late. But there have been mail problems throughout the country. And we're no exception to that. But what I did want to share is that once we get this new system in, this computerized system, that will be a thing of the past. We can get those items to the members immediately with no problems of mailing out anything. Everything will be done in-house. And so that's another reason why I'm so glad that we got the support to get this done. Like I said, it's going to take 3 years, but that time will go by very fast. And just think of it this way: every day they're working on it to make our system better and more supportive of our membership, and that's what we are all pledged to do with this program. I guess that's just about.
Did you want to do the committee co-chairs?
Oh yeah, thanks, Sue. I did want to do the co-chairs. Oh yeah, I did want to say that Sadie Weiss and Angela Banks, both, Angela retired from St. Louis Public and she resigned from our board. And so did Sadie Weiss. So those are the two open seats on the school board. I understand that one seat has already been filled and the board is waiting to fill the other seat. I wanted to ask Ms. Orr if you could handle trustee business. You're a new trustee and trustee business. We will go over the specifics of what that means, and you will have a co-chair. Once we get some new people on, we need 2 more board members, but you will have someone with you. And the way our system works, we have co-chairs of each committee. And so it's the benefits committee, the trustee business committee, the investment committee, legislative rules and regulations committee, and personnel and professional contracts. And so you would be one of the co-chairs of the trustee business committee. And that is the committee that handles trips and travel and making sure everybody turns in all of the information after a trip or a travel or all the things of that nature. But we'll go over everything that's related to that, Sue, and the board will handle all of that kind of stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Now, for the benefits, we still have Emily Hubbard and Shanice Johnson. Of course, Ms. Orr is now one of the co-chairs of trustee business. We have Christina Bennett and Albert Sanders for investments. We have Yvette Levy, Dr. Yvette Levy, and incidentally, that's Dr. Albert Sanders and Christina Bennett for investments. Legislative rules, that would be Dr. Yvette Levy and Doris Walker. And we have Bobby Richardson for personnel and professional contracts. So there's a spot for Bobby, and then of course the other spot would be to work with Trustee Orr. So that's, if you all have any questions about that, comments or concerns before I go further. Okay, well, thank you, and that concludes my report. Next, we have report of our fabulous executive director, Sue Kane. Sue?
All right, thank you, Chairman Cross. Just a few items in tab 4, of course, is the normal report, but just a couple things that I wanted to highlight. We do always at the end of the year do interest crediting. So it's kind of done a year in arrears. So I just wanted to highlight that was completed. If you remember in the December meeting, we had a discussion about the interest rate. That's going to apply next year, but the 2% rate was in place and will remain in place. So we posted interest of just a little over $3,900,000. So $3,915,511.07, and that was to individuals that have a balance of $9,352. So again, that's something we want to continue to work on. There's individuals that have just left their funds here and it continues to accrue. So we've been working on some of the cases. We'll probably talk more about that in legal, getting Hush Blackwell involved in some kind of tougher cases. So just wanted to highlight everybody that interest posting, what that amount looks like. The other item that I wanted to follow up from last meeting was our cyber liability policy. We did get a very good renewal on that. The premium went up by $1. So we have that renewed from February 1st of 25 through January 31st of 2026. No changes to the policy there. So very happy that all worked out. That market seems to have stabilized. Chairman Cross already mentioned the 1099s. I just wanted to highlight the number that were generated. Over 5,036 forms were generated, and that is for all retired members that receive a benefit, survivors receiving a benefit, and then individuals that received a distribution, a refund of their contributions. So that 5,036, that number's roughly about the same every year. This year, there was a delay for folks, for whatever reason, receiving those. We use a service through Anders, and they mailed those out on January 28th. The deadline is that they have to be mailed by January 31st. So they were mailed on January 28th, but folks did not start to receive them until middle of February. There were the people out of state had received them because we were already receiving, if somebody had moved and not left a forwarding address, we were already receiving those back in our office before the folks in the St. Louis area started receiving those. So we're gonna figure out maybe next year we can, they were mailed from out of state. So maybe next year we'll have to mail them locally so that folks might get them a little bit sooner. Also wanted to highlight the amount of benefits that were paid out in 2024. And that was $103,055,272. We set a record in those distribution contribution refunds to members. of over $8 million that were paid out in 2024. So again, trying to work on getting those balances back to people. And it looks like, you know, we did have an impact there in 24 because that was the largest by a couple $1 million of annual refunds that were given out. So that's a pretty big number. And then I have included on the report also a list of the conferences that trustees are typically approved to attend. So we have NASC date, NCTR, MAPERS, and then that NPPFA roundtable. I don't know that any registration is open just yet. It will probably open up sometime next month, but when it does, I'll send out a separate email, but just wanted to give everybody an idea of what those workshops and conferences are coming up for 2025, so you can look at your calendars and see what might work for your schedule for education for this year. And I think that is all that I have for now.
All right, thank you, Sue. Report of the investment consultant. Do we have one this time?
You do not.
No, we don't. We just had our investment committee meeting Thursday, but no report this time. Okay, report of the actuary, no report? Okay. Report of committees of the board. Let's start with benefits. Shanice Johnson and Emily Hubbard, do you have a report?
Yes, we do. Emily, would you like to do it? Or you want me to take it away?
It would be better if you did it.
No problem. Good afternoon, everyone. Just wanted to share that we are in the process, or will be doing requests for proposals for the Vision and Medicare Advantage plans for 2025. The current agreements with iMed and United Healthcare are set to end as of December 31st, 2025. Once though that process completed, we will report back for our August meeting with information. And that is our report.
All right, thank you all so much, Emily and Shanice. Okay, next we will go to trustee business, and Sheila Goodwin, of course, is no longer with us, but we just want to thank Sheila for all of her service over the many years that she served on the board. And so at this particular point in time, did we get any report from Sheila at closing out?
I did not.
Okay, so we don't have a report for that. So we'll go to Christina Bennett and Dr. Sanders. You have a report for the investment committee?
We do have a report. Hold on, let me go to my screen unless Sue's pulling it up because obviously I'm multitasking here. Yes, thank you, Sue, because I was trying to find my tabs. So we do, so we did a proposal, or we did a RFP search for fixed income, and we ended up looking at a couple of different managers. The committee selected Loop for the fixed income manager, and so we're reallocating the money that we had moved previously to Manulife as a temporary hold. And that money came from, I believe it was Exponents, if I am correct.
That's
Yes.
correct.
And so we finally made the decision, and we wanted to, it's coming from committee as a recommendation. So we'd like to bring it to the floor for a vote to execute this contract and move forward.
I would like to make a motion for the fixed income to select Lou Capital as a fixed income manager and reallocate 25 million from Karen fixed income manager Manulife.
Is there a second?
Second.
I'm sorry, Chris.
If it's been properly moved and second, is there any discussion? Hearing none, Sue, can I get a roll call vote?
Christina Bennett,
Yes?
Louis Cross.
Yes.
Emily Hubbard,
Yes.
Shanice Johnson,
Yes.
Yvette Levy,
Yes.
Yvette, are you
She
there?
said yes. She said yes.
Okay.
Jennifer Orr,
Yes.
Bobby Richardson,
Yes.
Albert Sanders,
Yes.
Doris Walker.
Yes.
Okay, so we do have 9, the motion carries.
Thank you, everyone. We also discussed in this meeting that we wanted to reallocate some funds from Lazard portfolio. And so we selected at the same meeting to move 23 million from Lazard over to Wellington. And those discussions and minute meetings are in your packet. I'd like to get a motion to approve the recommendation coming from committee.
I would like to make a motion under fixed income to select Wellington as a fixed income manager with reallocation from Lazard of their full portfolio of approximately 23 million.
Second.
It's been properly moved in second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Sue, can I get a roll call vote?
Christina Bennett,
Yes.
Louis Cross.
Yes.
Emily Hubbard,
Yes.
Shanice Johnson,
Yes.
Yvette Levy,
Yes.
She said yes.
Jennifer Orr,
Yes.
Bobby Richardson,
Yes.
Albert Sanders,
Yes.
Doris Walker.
Yes.
Okay, so we do have 9, that motion carries as well.
And I think the next one is not mine, isn't it? That's rules and regs, isn't it?
Investment guidelines.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you. That concludes our report. Albert, do you have anything to add?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am, not at all.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sanders and Christina Bennett. Thank you so much. Okay, moving on to legislative rules and regulations. That would be Dr. Yvette Levy and Dr. Doris Walker.
Okay. Are
Okay.
there any motions to accept the investment guidelines?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the changes in the investment guidelines as recommended by Mariner from our last meeting on February 20th.
And-
Richardson second.
Second.
Oh, were there any, Chris, I did have a question, not a question, just to share exactly what that means in terms of what's going to happen going forward.
Yeah, so the recommendations from the investment guidelines were because we're moving managers and we're reallocating assets, we're moving some of our benchmarks that we had for previous managers. They're equivalent, they're just moving them to make sure that we capture the right benchmark for the managers. And since we're Loop is a new manager, so we had to make sure that we in our investment guidelines, we list what benchmark we're going to utilize for them. And so those are some of the guideline changes that we corrected in our guidelines, and we cleaned up quite a bit. So if you want to look at those recommendations, they are in your packets. But that's kind of the gist of what our investment committee guideline changes occurred.
It's on top tab 4.
Okay.
Doris.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you. That answered my question. So we're ready for a vote?
If there's no other discussion, I guess.
Chris,
That's Doris.
Doris, did you have any other questions or anything with your committee?
No, we don't.
Okay. And then we can go on and do the roll call?
Yes.
Okay.
Christina Bennett,
Yes.
Louis Cross.
Yes.
Emily Hubbard,
Yes.
Give me a second.
Shanice Johnson,
Yes.
Yvette Levy,
having trouble hearing me?
Yes, we are having trouble hearing you.
Okay, so I don't know why, but I did say yes.
Okay, we can hear you barely, but we can hear you. Okay,
Okay, so that was a yes.
yes, she said
Okay.
yes.
Jennifer Orr,
Yes.
Bobby Richardson,
Yes.
Albert Sanders,
Yes.
Doris Walker.
Yes.
Okay, so again, we have 9, that motion carries.
Okay, is there anything else? Okay, we'll go on to personnel and professional contracts with Bobby Richardson.
No
Yes.
report.
Okay, Bobby, thank you. Incidentally, Bobby, again, how many years have you been with the district now?
I think it's 45.
45? Okay,
know.
just want to congratulate you and just say, Bobby, you're doing a fantastic job. She's the administrative assistant at Metro High School. So that's
Thank
where all the geniuses work and go.
Thank
That's
you
where
for
all our top kids go besides biomedical. Those are the 2 top schools.
But I haven't been at Metro for 45 years. I've been at Metro for 21 years, but
Right, that's right.
St. Louis Public Schools are a total of 45.
I see. Well, congratulations, Bobby, and thank you for your service.
Thank you. I started when I got out of high school, so don't try to figure out my age.
Okay. Okay, new business. The only thing that I wanted to say is that we have Sue, what is the name of the company that does our to check and see if anybody is getting benefits that has passed?
We use PBI, pension benefit. They're also kind of branding back to Berwyn. The two.
They purchase each other?
Yes, the company that owns PBI has recently
PBI.
purchased Berwyn. And so they're going to be rebranded, I believe, going forward as Berwyn.
Okay, well, what I want to do is I just want to get a complete report on that particular service to make sure exactly how many folks we have in, out, and how much, and that just going forward to our next meeting is in April. And if we can get that and find out how we're doing with this new company, because this is money that we want to make sure that it's tight and there are no loose parts to it. So if that can be done, then that'll let everybody know, because some of the board members had asked me about that. So that's the only new business that I have, and Sue will look for a report in the next meeting.
Yeah, and I do have that on my office update.
Great.
That's the very first,
Great.
is we have not heard of any
Everything's good?
overpayments for 2020.
All right, great.
So.
Okey doke.
I have something to say. The Board of Education, you stated, tentatively appointed a member for the pension board.
2. I mean, they appoint 4. And that's Christina Bennett and Emily Hubbard right
No, I'm
now.
just talking about the new ones. Do you have a timeline when the new ones are going to come?
Well, they already appointed, Emily, didn't they appoint a new one guy already?
Yes, so we technically have a full board right now.
Or they've appointed 2 people?
No, I'm not talking about the Board of Ed, the pension board, Emily.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's some guy, I think he's a professor at St. Louis University or something.
I haven't received any.
Yeah, we haven't
correspondence.
received it, but he's appointed to the school board, not to our board. But they have filled 1 spot, they still have 1 more spot to fill, and then they still have 2 spots to fill on our board.
So we're more worried about our board at the moment. I think, Louis, is what we were talking about, just our board. Has anybody
Yes,
has
just our
appointed
board.
anybody to our board?
Mhm.
No, not as of yet.
Okay.
So we're still waiting on them to do that.
You know, I will make a report at the work session that y'all are waiting.
Okay, thank you, Ellen. Thank you
You're-
so much.
Yeah, and these resignations just happened last week,
Right.
so
Right,
it hasn't been a long time that we've requested it, but we haven't
Right.
heard back yet.
okay,
so,
I'll say you're looking forward.
Yeah.
yeah. And Sue, that information on the people who have passed, it's in one of our tabs.
It just, I have just a bullet point that
Oh,
says we
bullet point.
haven't had any overpayments
Okay.
reported yet.
All right. All right, so this company's doing a good job. Great.
Hey, I'm waving my ass off. You want in? Oops.
Okay, we're going on to a report of the attorney. Ally is here, and we also have Maddie, and we have Dave. So Ally, the floor is yours.
Sue, do we go in a closed session here?
Typically, yes. So we have that motion up. If somebody wanted to make,
I move to close the meeting and that all records and votes to the extent permitted by law pertaining to and or resulting from this closed meeting be closed under Missouri statute, revised statute 610.021 for the 0211 for the purpose of having a confidential or privileged communication with the legal counsel for the public school retirement system of St. Louis on legal matters.
I second the motion.
Okay, been moved and properly seconded. We're gonna do a roll call vote to go into closed session.
Christina Bennett,
Yes.
Louis Cross.
Yes.
Emily Hubbard,
Yes.
Shanice Johnson,
Yes.
Yvette Levy,
Yes.
Jennifer Orr,
Yes.
Bobby Richardson,
Yes.
Albert Sanders,
Yes.
Doris Walker.
Yes.
And Ally, if you would.
Yes, I will share
share
my
yours.
screen.
So give me a moment to. Thanks.
Okay, we ought to be.
Let's see, well,
we ready,
we
Sue?
have to go. Not live yet. Go live again.
Okay, we're live. So, is there a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I
Richardson.
second that emotion.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed, abstentions? Okay, good night, everybody, and thank you all so much for your time. And we are adjourning at 5:37. So that's an hour and a few minutes, so that's not bad.
Not bad.
Not
That's
bad
the
at all.
fastest meeting we had all year. Oh, this is only our
Yes.
first meeting.
Yes.
Thanks, y'all.
Good night.
Try to make them quick for everybody, because I know you all have other things to do. And thank you all so much for your time.
Good night.
All right.
Okay,
Good
good
night.
night.
Good night.